Now arriving on RFD TV, The Train Show. All aboard!
Hi, this is Rich Einhorn and welcome to The Train Show. Today we're going to be visiting the Winchester Model Railroad, and they're located in Winchester, Virginia. All aboard!
Hello, my name is Larry Orndorff, and I welcome you to the Winchester Model Railroad Club, located in Winchester, Virginia, the old freight depot station belonging to CSX. Welcome you to our Model Railroad Club. Our club's been established since 1985. We have approximately 25 active members. Hopefully tonight you'll get to view what we have and enjoy it. When we first started our club, of course everybody else was DC, just like 90% of the people in the world. And if you can see behind this panel, there are miles and miles of wire, which today, with our new DCC system, are not required. We, at our club, run DC and DCC. With the flip of a switch, we can convert to any of the systems that we have. We've tried several of the 4 systems out there, including infrared. The advantages to our new North Coast DC system is sound, wonderful control of your trains. You take out your best running engines, put a module in it, put a receiver in the engine, program it, and it will do just about anything you want nowadays. Ditch lights, steam, sound, chuff, the whistle, the whole works. First thing you get with your powerhouse is a power supply. Our first one we built ourselves. It's a 5-amp system. Second we bought, which is also a 5-amp system, which plug and play. Then you get your controllers, which is very simple. Hook it to your track. 2 wires, it's all required. All the wiring that we put miles wired out to the rest of it, as you can see, is not really necessary any longer. This terminal block right here is our DCC terminal block, which we come off of our power pack, goes in and goes to a running track. One goes to the steel mill, and we got our 2 lines. We got our track laid out into 2 sections for troubleshooting purposes. One most important thing you need to remember about when you're running DCC is to not undersize your wire. You must make sure that you have adequate gauge wire. We have a number 12 gauge and a number 10 gauge wire in certain long runs. Okay, the program track is used first. Program your engine, your direction, your speed. With this simple cheat sheet, what we call it, tells you how to program it. It's like just a few steps that anybody can figure out to do. It's very informative, very easy to do, and it's a quick step. If you run into a problem, you can call their helpline, and we have never, ever had anything but good response from them, and they respond very quickly. Like I said, we did research on all the people that are out there, and we love North Coast. It works great. It has saved our club running several times where DC has let us down. It has came through. Just right now we're standing in the tower of an old building, which allows us the overall view of the entire club. Plus we have our control cabinets up here and all our wiring to keep the club going. Anything that you see down below is our railroad's been designed and built by most of our members as a collective effort. The rolling stock belongs to all the members collectively and individually. The track has been purchased through our shows that we have. The buildings have been purchased through those also, and our rent is paid through our shows that we have. We meet once every week on a Tuesday night. Anybody who comes in is welcome. We usually here at 7 o'clock and stay till we get tired and go home. Some guys stay a little bit later than others. So if you're interested in coming, please do so.
Hello, I'm Phil Irwin, and as far as the train show is concerned, it's been something that's been a part of my life for quite a few months now. And I invited Rich Einhorn to Winchester, Virginia to visit the Winchester Model Railroad Club. And we're delighted to have you and all of the people who watch RFD TV all across the country share this great model railroad with you. The train that I'm controlling here now with the NCA Pro Cab is an Amtrak train with battery-operated headlights, and the car lights themselves are track-powered. This is a scale model of the Winchester Railroad Station, the passenger station built around the turn of the century by the Baltimore and Ohio Railroad on one of the earliest east-west railroads in the United States. Upstairs, on the inside of the building, is the home office of the Winchester and Western Railroad, a wonderful short line that comes through the city. No telling how many individual pieces of paper were required to make the shingles on the roof of that building. A perfect scale model.
I'm Jim Clevenger. I've been in the Winchester Model Railroad Club for about a year now, and I brought one of my trains down to run tonight. The front unit's a Broadway Limited AC 6000 with sound, operating ditch lights, and all the other bells and whistles. The second unit is a Proto 2000 that I installed a NCE decoder in myself.
Welcome to the Winchester Model Railroad Club. My name is Mark Mason, and no one's layout is complete without maintenance of way equipment. This is a speeder that goes and picks up the men to bring them back to do their work with the machinery. The one piece of machinery that you're looking at is a brush cutter. It keeps the brush back from the rails so the trains can operate smoothly without tearing the locomotives up. It will cut anything or everything from telephone poles to saplings. This one piece of equipment that we see in front of us is a spike driver. It drives the spikes in, and instead of doing it manually, it will do it automatically by machinery. This piece of equipment checks the gauge of the rails, and that's the distance between the rails to make sure the trains doesn't derail off the tracks and make sure they operate smoothly. If the big spike driver doesn't get it, the little manual one will. It will follow behind the machinery to make sure all the spikes are driven properly. The railroad uses this piece of machinery to clean the ditches and keep water flowing away from the rails. This is a tie machine that will pick up ties and carry them to the location and lay them out as needed. It will pick up the old ties and take them back. This is a laser vibrator that will level up all the tracks and take all the dips out, and will pack new ballast underneath the ties so that the trains will run smoothly and evenly. This is a ballast regulator that spreads the ballast out evenly and can cut ditches and also sweep the ballast away from the rails. It is all pinned so it can move freely to work properly. This is a 23-ton industrial switcher that moves cars from one location to another, that is able to run on the rail or the tracks, and is also able to run on the roads for a short distance. This is a Jordan spreader. It is also used to push snow and rocks away from the rail, that has a good clearance, that when they push snow again, it will push it away further. These are some of my engines that I have detailed and weathered. They're older engines and they're used to push the Jordan spreader. It needs a lot of power to move stuff around. Most of my maintenance away equipment is made by custom finishing products. They are fun and enjoyable to build.
Hello, I'm Phil Irwin. You're watching The Train Show.